Oh my God, folks! This series,
How
this
else can
series.
you open it? How else can you open this map other than oh my god after what happened last
Oh
time?
my God, this series XD Kappa 420 360 no
Okay, you're
scope
no,
blazing it
stop.
like but like that's the point.
No, like you can use so many other adjectives that don't involve like
But my point
420
is
or
all of those applied. How ridiculous this has been. We're here on a
if we're
Hollywood
going pure
2-2 between
ridiculousness,
Misfits
sure. If we're
with
going
how
pure
ridiculous
ridiculous.
that ending was of that last map, but it doesn't matter because we're here on to the next one. That's going to be a wall coming out from Nevix. He's going to slow down AKM's progress as we are here on Hollywood pushing into the first point. It's going to be Rogue. They should be able to get a little bit more damage in here. Now Crew is going to be the first one to fall. Can they find anybody else? AKM, he's still alive, surprisingly. He's going to be able to continue to do damage. No, Soon comes in, hits him in the back of the head. That's the retake from Misfits.
It was actually looking pretty decent for Rogue at the beginning, but Misfits managed to clutch it out at the end. Part of it was Nevix's freeze on AKM, just completely shutting out all of his damage. And we also see Reinforce back on the Winston instead, so again, I think he would be doing better on the Reinhardt, especially because Misfits doesn't really have much of a Winston target.
Oh man, I mean, I'm still like in shock as to how these matches are playing and just the amount of damage that's been coming out from AKM and from Soon. They've just set up a lot of really good plays. Here we've got Unko. He's landing a lot of good heals onto his team, sniping them very, very deep in the enemy territory. Nobody has gone down yet. AKM did fall very, very early in that fight. And it's actually going to be the backup coming here from Rogue. They're going to go here into the side area looking to pick up one. Can they get anybody? That's going to be a decent Earth Shatter. It's going to slow
Unko
things
is so
down. Now
deep.
Unko, he's just like, oh my God, I got caught on a light. He just like wasn't paying attention and he got like caught around the side of the light, thought he'd pull around the wall.
Unko is so devoted to healing his team that he just completely went through the point into the second section
That's
of
a
map.
support.
That is a support if I've ever seen one. And he's got nano boost too, so it was definitely worth it. He was able to charge his ultimate off of all of that hyper aggressive healing. I don't know if I'd ever say that phrase before, but we have seen it here. Anything can happen in this series. And now Soon does have his Death Blossom, 5 ults up for Misfits. They can potentially hold this really well. They could hold it a couple times.
Yeah, they should be fine. There's going to be Soon going in. Death Blossom plus the Nano Boost. That's going to be able to help them pick up Unko. And they actually had the freeze on the Reinhardt in the back line that will be able to pick up Reinforce. Now to Vic, he takes a huge amount of damage. Is he going to get brought down? He does get popped some icicles and some shotgun shells. Finish him off. Winds drops. And now, to the back of the head. That was a great icicle that came out from Nevix.
Yeah, Misfits had to use a lot of their ultimates for that though, but they saved the Graviton Surge, which is arguably the most impactful ultimate in the game right now, if you can land it really well. Now, Rogue has their own to counter that, so Wins is having his Graviton Surge ready as well. They're actually switching back to Reinhardt and to Vic on McCree, huh?
Graviton Surge comes out. They should be able to get in deep, dishing out some damage. Soon hasn't been able to finish off anybody just yet, but he's going to pick up his first. Reinforce goes down. He's going to ghost himself out of there. Does not connect onto the Graviton Surge, but it doesn't matter as the damage has been coming out from Rogue. Just from that angle, we couldn't see it, but Tavik and AKM must have been dishing it out.
Man, this is going to confuse me seeing Tavik on McCree and AKM on Reaper. I think part of it might just be AKM's like, I'm 70% of the way to my ultimate. You take McCree for now and we'll switch later. Or maybe Tavik just prefers this map. I don't know. Something might happen here. Let's look out for Death Blossom from AKM, see if he uses his teleport to reposition him onto the high ground up onto the right of the general store roof right there. Meanwhile, there is a sleep. And again, good guy Reinhardt making sure nothing happens to him.
Yeah, May goes very far forward. Soon's going to go in with that ultimate. He picks up 2. Wins and Unko go down. Reinforce falls to the shot to the back of the head. And maybe Soon can continue to pressure AKM. He was nano boosted and he was cleaning up in the back and he popped his own Death Blossom, finished the enemy team.
Yep, AKM and Tavik doing a really good job again, the damage threats of this team. And in terms of Misfits, I don't really think it's much of a composition issue. I can't really think of much that they could do to strictly combat this. I think a lot of it just comes down to positioning and making sure that Soon also has his chance to wreak havoc in the backline of Rogue, but he just hasn't gotten the chance to do so yet. We've seen Soon, if you let him do his thing, he's going to get so many kills. And now Tavik on the high ground with High Noon, let's see if he can make anything out of it.
Looking for the Deadeye. He should be able to land some damage. He's going to pick up 1. Instantly gets Nevix in the back line. So now if he can pick up a couple more dings, that's going to be a nano-boosted Reaper. Soon is stepping forward. Soon is doing damage. AKM and Wins are down. And despite that one quick pickoff from Tavik, Soon was able to make the damage into the back line count.
Yeah, Tavik we're seeing his perspective, and he's actually not landing nearly as many shots as AKM, and you kind of have to expect that. Ooh, good bubble out from Zarya to keep him alive, and that's going to be a teleport. He's going to take complete control of the high ground.
Yep, that'll give him some space. We actually have a Genji coming out from Nevix. He switched off of the Mei, looking to use that Nano Blade. There's going to be a great combo coming in. They should be able to get off a little bit more damage. Actually, there was a really good sound barrier to slow down some of the progress from Rogue to stop Soon from dishing out the damage. Now, Reinforces in trouble. He does get off a decent Earth Shatter, and AKM is now pushing RYB, but he's going to be isolated on 3. He's going to ghost himself out of there, uses the Wraith Walk. Oh, down he goes.
I actually really like the Genji pick from Nevix. Where I failed Misfits pickup, I didn't know what they could switch the Mei off of to, and Genji actually makes a ton of sense here because he can control the high ground incredibly well, and what you want to do when you're McCree is always be on the high ground, make sure you're taking shots down onto the enemy team, keeping a high noon in stock just in case you need a high noon from a really high location. Ooh, Graviton surges from both sides.
Yep, both are going to lock down a couple of members, but it looked like it was a little bit better for the side of Rogue. Oh, AKM, he's going to get hit with the Earth Shatter. Now he's got to look for a really good time to use this Death Blossom. That's going to be the Nano Boost on the Reinhardt Reinforce. Actually, no, that is, it was Reinforce. He was getting a huge amount of help there, and it looks like RYB will fall, and oh my god, AKM, he dishes out some solid damage, good headshots. And despite the Nano Boost on the RYB, he doesn't manage to connect onto anybody. Now we'll maybe see a falling Death Blossom.
Yeah, AKM is getting in position really early here, and check this out, man. He's stepping far enough back from the ledge that the rest of the team, or that the enemy team can't see him. Actually, no. We see Nevix, he's there. He goes in for the decimal. He gets slept! That was a perfect position, and Unko comes up big for Rogue.
That's going to stop the entire play there. He is still going to get off the ultimate. He's going to be able to pick up soon, but Crew finishes him off. Not as devastating as it could have been. Out comes the Earth Shatter to Vic, looking to get something off of this Deadeye, but I don't think it's going to connect on anybody. He's going to get slept deep in the back line. What is this?
Sorry, it's Hedan.
Amazing with these
I
plays.
said Unko, but I meant Hedan. I just, the heat of the moment, man, and they managed to, that was the last fight too. Oh my god, Misfits managed to take that huge fight. Hedan, MVP. Man, there's no words for that. That was just 2 clutch sleeps to shut down 2 clutch ultimates.
Oh my god. You don't get better sleep than that. You don't get better timing than that. It's not about the fact that he lands asleep. It's about the time that he lands asleep, that he knew he needed to land that exact skill.
It's midair too. It was midair. Like, that is a hard shot to land onto the Reaper.
Like, it's a falling Death Blossom. Normally, you run. You get out of the way. You hide. And he's just like, nope, sleep.
And that just let the rest of his team pick him up, shuts down the ultimate. AKM just... How do you feel if you're Misfits, or if you're Rogue after that? Like, you had 2 ultimates ready. You had the fight. AKM... He had the positioning. There were 4 of them who weren't really paying attention to him. I think Nevix was the only one who actually saw him. I think he called it out because otherwise, or maybe Hedan just has some amazing... What are we looking at? Oh, how close this match has been. That is pretty close.
Wow.
That's like slide a credit card through there close.
That is a parking job.
But yeah, going back to it, he had a really good position. Like, if there wasn't that sleep, it would have killed... It would have definitely killed 2, maybe 3. And we're going to see the second sleep come in here. Just... You see him peek out from the boxes on the left side for half a second, and that's enough for him to get the sleep onto Vic. And... Oh, Hedan. I'm willing to call him the best Ana player right now. He's shown up so big.
I mean, it's less about the actual, like I was saying, it's less about just landing that sleep, but like you gotta have steel in your bones, ice in your veins to be able to just be like, I can make that sleep.
The confidence there, impressive. Like, if he runs, he might live, but the rest of his team dies. But he just stand and deliver, man. Oh, and how are Rogue gonna top that defense? We'll see Misfits try to push in here. Let's see what they can do.
They have to hold here, honestly. Like, it's hard to hold in the streets, in the actual streets of Hollywood. It's difficult, and they're gonna have to hold here. Nevix throwing down a wall. That's gonna zone off. Looks like just Nox. He was the only one in that weird position. Hedan did get picked off in the middle of that fight, so a little bit of a stall out there from Rogue. But honestly, I think they have to either make it happen here or spend so much time here on this first point that it just becomes a matter of time for Misfits.
Yeah, if it gets to the second point, I want to see AKM on McCree again to take control of the high ground.
Yeah, we will see whether or not they can do that. Reinforce is going to go down. Crew doing some good damage there and putting out some very, very timely shields, but Soon and Hedon have gone down. Wins is going to get eliminated, as well as AKM. That's going to be a good Graviton surge. Could this be it? Could they have just broken this point that quickly? Tvik is going to be nano boosted. He doesn't get that much off of that. He's going to try and keep himself alive. There's going to be a shield. Out comes a good sound barrier to slow things down, and that might have been what they needed. Out comes Reinhardt. He's got that Earth Shatter, but Crew is still alive. He's just surviving in the back of this point, and they're starting to get the cap down, now pushing forward to keep anybody off of it. They do have Nox here. He's going to be nope, he is not going to be difficult to kill, as instant Zebozai just turns, throws down his spray right on the cars like, this is my house. He throws down the beat.
Every time Lucio gets a kill, it's a beat now.
Back of Nox's head.
Yeah, so Crew eats up that fire strike with his shield, so it just basically gave him free energy. I'm not sure why he fire strike there. There was no one behind Crew either. So just a little bit of extra energy for Crew, and here comes the Graviton Surge. It's up. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, Crew's looking for the right position to put it in. There is going to be a Graviton Surge there, actually double Graviton Surges. It doesn't really result in too much. The only one to drop so far is Soon. It should be Misfits backing off momentarily. And this, I mean, Rogue has to hold it here. There's 4 minutes left. This is going to be very difficult for them. Zebozai taking a bunch of damage. Wins goes very, very deep. He's going to get hit with the Earth Shatter. That's going to be the Nano Boost onto Reinhardt. Counter damage coming out on RYB. Reinforce is going to get slipped into the back line. He's going to get pinned. He's easily going to die. But this is going to slow things down. I mean, Rogue just has to keep doing this. They cannot give anything up.
Yeah, every inch they give up is going to be a bad news for them. So AKM's got the Death Blossom. I think if this fight fails, well, first of all, AKM's going to try to take the high ground. If this fight fails, I think AKM switches to McCree and Tvik goes on to Reaper so they can just get full control of the high ground. But here comes AKM, Nano Boost.
Nano Boost into the backline. AKM with the damage. He does pick up one. There was a sound barrier there to slow things down, but he should still be able to dish out a lot of the damage. It looks like Rogue, the only person to drop so far is Wins. That's going to be a clean wipe for them. Again, they just have to do that again and again and again. They've only got sound barrier up next. It's going to be at least some distance here coming up for Misfits, and they don't have a lot of ground to give.
Yep, that attack worked, so we're not going to see a switch out yet. Tvik, 88% on Blizzard, so we'll see what he can do there. That's a really good stall ultimate as well, and the longer Misfits wait, the more ultimates that Rogue get. Like, Wins is close, Reinforce is close, Crew needs to go.
All right, AKM, do you have what it takes? He's going to get into a duel soon. Instantly brings him down. Graviton Surge is going to pull in a number of them. Now he's looking for a better angle. Wins and Unko taking a bunch of damage. They're actually going to be able to pick up more kills. RYB falls. Misfits falling apart. They cannot break through. And now the ultimates are starting to charge for the side of Rogue.
Man, Rogue, you have to commend AKM. Just throughout this entire series and throughout the entire tournament, he's made play after play. With that solo kill on Soon, just 2 headshots to the back of the head, instantly took out Soon. He wasn't able to do anything, and now we're going to see another fight. He needs to do it again because Soon has the Death Blossom here. Something needs to cancel it. But Hedon has Nano Boost.
5% off. Oh, man, Hedon, if he lands the right Nano Boost combo, that's actually going to be a good Graviton Surge that pulls in 3. Soon going in, he's going to pick up Unko. He gets Wins. That's going to be a really good setup for him. Can he find anybody else? He's looking at the
4,
back of Reinhardt.
5.
AKM goes down. Reinforce goes down. Nox is down. That's going to be the full team wipe, and they're going to at least be able to get this around the corner.
Oh, Rogue, at this point, I think Rogue can't even wait. They have to just go. They have to bleed. They have to bleed in. They're not going to have enough time to set up an actual defense here. Look how close the payload is getting. It's going to be really close. Someone has to rush for it. Rush for it right now, and they're going. AKM with the Nano Boost.
He's going to go into the back line. He does have the Death Blossom, but RYB, he's blocking everything. He's been counter-healed. The freeze is there. That's going to slow things down a little bit. Soon is going to be dropping. RYB drops. They are going to be able to get the defense out. But again, this is so close. And there's still 2 minutes left. Or no, 1:30.
Rogue has about 3 seconds to breathe here before the next fight starts, and they have to keep thinking about what they're going to do next.
Nothing.
Misfits, look at that. 2 ultimates up for Misfits. They have the clear advantage here. The only one close for Rogue is Reinforce. This has to be a huge Earth Shatter. This Earth Shatter is the Earth Shatter of the game.
Does AKM believe in his own abilities? He's going to go right into the back line, gets the shield. They're going to pop the wall out. That's going to be the Graviton Surge. It's actually going to lock up all of the members of Rogue. Misfits are actually the ones that are dropping. Rogue are holding this for the moment. AKM, he dishes the damage out. He gets the kills. That's everything they needed.
Unco and Nox comboing so well to prevent that. They didn't have to use an ultimate. It was just the increased healing from the grenade, plus the healing stance, the boosted healing stance from Nox. That was all they needed to keep that alive, and now they have time to charge their ultimates. Reinforce used his, but wins is 80%, Nox is 96, AKM's almost got his, TVIC has his. This is the last fight of the game. Misfits can't screw this up.
AKM versus Soon up here on the duel. It's a duel on the roofs. They're both getting shields. They're both pulling back. They both need to get some heals. As in comes the pressure. Graviton Surge it didn't go out from Winsett. He actually doesn't have it. Hedon has gone down. That was a great sound barrier. The nano boost is on the Soon. He's going to be able to get a shield, but he's not going to be able to do much with it. Oh my god, can he get off the huge Death Blossom? It's going to do massive damage to the enemy backline.
But it's not enough.
Rogue are down. Oh my god, they've survived.
The shields from Crew and the icicle from Nevix, they just stayed alive. RYB with his own shield as well. Unco is going to try to get on the point, but he's not going to get it. Huge Maywall from Nevix too, and that is going to stall it out. Misfits in the closest series in Overwatch take the victory. Oh man, the Kings of EU, this is huge for them.
Rogue have got to be kicking themselves. Misfits handed them the previous game. You can
I think this expression right here captivates the kicking yourselves ordeal.
They should have won it last match. They shouldn't have lost map 4.
Yeah, map 4 just
Misfits handed them the game.
How did to throw away? I think that's part of the reason. I don't know a lot about Rogue's internals or anything like that. I don't know how much they make losses get to them, but that was. How can you not be disappointed after Misfits steps off of the payload, gives you the defense, just like way early on, even after they win the fight, they won the fight. And look, he's not even getting up for the handshakes. He is so devastated right now.
I mean, he'll bounce back, players do, but that hurts. Like that's gonna haunt him for a long time. He's gonna need to get some serious wins to be able to like break himself like out of that mental state.
But like,
or maybe he's the kind of player who can bounce back. Like, but that can just hurt you so much in a series like this.
You also can't be disappointed. Like, you took second place in EU in such a close match, and on top of it, just like, oh man,
I don't think it's disappointment. It just hurts.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
All right, folks. Well, that's gonna be it for that's gonna be it for us.
The casting's over. We don't need to be good with words anymore.
We don't need to be good with words.
We can let the shock just sink in and take over our bodies.
Well, we will sign this out. I'm TheSource. Joining me was Azaraki Dragon. We hoped you guys enjoyed our cast of the Overwatch Open EU Finals. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time.